Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on in and sit on down because today we're talking about fetishes again. I know. On this channel we talk about a lot of fetishes, okay? The internet's full of them. I love talking about them. You got furries, you got feet, armpits, balloons, and knees. Seems like a weird up like Mr. Rogers song or something like that. But today I want to talk about something that I can finally relate to. Finally, there's a fetish out there that feels right for me. Finally, something for me and my kin. And of course, I'm talking about feeders. If you saw me on my other video, you might have seen me eat a lot of stuff on this channel. I'm a big guy, all right? Disgusting. It's deplorable. You know, I'm not gonna say healthy at every weight. I think that's fucking stupid. I'm going to die of a heart attack very soon if I don't change my lifestyle. But I'm a dick dead. Feederism is a fat fetish subculture in which individuals eroticize weight gain and feeding. Hearing it, or at least saying it like that, I don't know if I would be a feeder because I am disgusted with myself every time I eat. We're gonna be talking about a lot of different stuff. We found a lot of different kinds of feeders in the subculture. This one in particular is very interesting, but very dirty at the same time. It's very odd. On r/death_feederism, what a fucking crazy deal. What are the signs that want us to come out and become an obese person? The world of feederism is attractive to many people, but many people have doubts about whether they should decide to gain weight. A person can notice that they feel pleasure in feeling fat, but sometimes it is difficult to know what they have to do if they should gain weight and become a fat person. What do you think would be the list of signs you should come out of the closet and become an obese person? You know, letting go and accepting that your destiny is to be an obese person. I do like how they're looking at being obese is like looking on like Kratos wiping off the prophecy on the wall and being like, I was meant to be this all along. That's like a fucking crazy brain rot take. How do I know just to strip the guilt away? I think your body's just being like, no. I lost a bunch of weight before. When I was super overweight, I slept way better. Could not be farther from the truth now. Now I'm choking, I'm gasping for air. This person's bringing up a good point. What are the signs that you need to come out, let it all go, and let it all in, technically, right? And there are two sides to the fetish dynamic. First, you got the feeders. And feeders are individuals who claim to be sexually aroused by feeding their partners. That's Nick. Nick to me. Nick gets hard watching me eat chicken sandwiches and do other stuff like that. Feeders are usually skinny males, but not always. But I do like how they are typecasted as skinny males. Usually the feeders are very skinny because they're like, I don't even want to eat the food. I just want you to have it. They are sometimes referred to as encouragers, essentially helping and enabling them to reach new weight goals. Love that. Wonder what the tier of weight goals are. Like when you go to the gym and you're lifting weights to become stronger, usually it's like 5-10 pound increments. You can't just jolt up. Your body's not going to be like, ugh. But with weight, I wonder if it's 20. Is it 50? 100 pound goals? But it's the journey, not necessarily the destination that gets these guys off. So just because you're dating a big old chugger, a big old semi, a steamboat, a freight train, doesn't make you a feeder, all right? It's fantasizing about how big they will become. Wait! Before we go back into the video, I want to thank today's sponsor, GamerSupps! And especially right now, because right now, at this current time frame, we have the Meat Canyon drop, baby. Oh, Christmas is finally here! It comes with the beautiful Meat Canyon waifu shaker cup that also I got to draw the artwork on the back. And it's a little summer themed, a little spring themed cookout vibe that we have here. And it comes with the lunchbox, the nice waifu lunchbox. It is premium, baby. The artwork is amazing on the back. It even has a little heart that says Meat Canyon as well. Very good. And then also, we have a spatula available. A nice Meat Canyon spatula. A Meat Canyon apron that is reversible so you can see both sides. And if you buy the whole bundle, you get condiment bottles for free. It's a beautiful thing to start grilling up and start serving some beautiful burgers and fries, but also have a little bit of energy. Keto-friendly, sugar-free, and unbelievable taste. And especially with our flavor, raw meat. But you gotta do me a solid. You have to use promo code PAPAMEAT at checkout to get such a beautiful, luxurious deal. So please head on over to GamerSupps, check out my new drop, maybe even pick up our new flavor. It is, dare I say, the best flavor of all. And use promo code PAPAMEAT when you do, and just let them know that I sent you. All right? Thank you so much, GamerSupps. Enjoy all the beautiful, beautiful gamer energy and beautiful products. Back to the video. A feeder is someone who sees somebody now and they look at how weak and feeble they are and dream about how big they're going to become. So just because you're dating a big old fatty McFatter doesn't mean you're a feeder. You can still date one of them and hope that they become bigger, more enlarged, like a balloon. That's the feeder way.
Do you think there's ever been a feeder who they got so big and they regretted feeding that person?
It's definitely one of those like mad scientist moments or something. There's definitely been some person where they've like put the last piece of like pizza in their mouth. They're like this and the person's like, oh my God. Oh God, what have I done? What have I done? I think this is someone's ass. Honey, stop trying to escape me. Can't you see you're way too fat to get through the door? Get back into bed. I'm not done feeding you fattening food. What's up with you? You would not even be able to lift one leg up, you fat cow. God, how rude is that? First off, I just want to say that's insane. Also, I'm really sad that we didn't get the full copyright in there. Big cut. Maybe it's Big Cutie. First off, there's no way that this is actually any kind of clothing. Looks like they just draped one of those like luchador red flags over the back of this mass.
I was thinking it's a napkin.
You know, if you actually kind of like tilted this sideways, kind of looks like Metapod, like his mouth and stuff. If you drew an eye,
Metapod.
that giant vein, you only see that on the side of like a fucking bowl. Feeders are into every part of being with a fat partner, feeding them ungodly amounts of food, and feeders love to hear how full the partner is becoming. The more discomfort, the better. And here's a fun little video for this.
Big belly.
I don't like the end there, okay? I do like how feeders love to hear how full the partner's becoming. You very full? Oh yeah, oh I like that. Watching their partners play with their bellies is called belly play. I hate when we get into this territory, Nick, because it always sounds like some baby shit. Tummy time, belly play. Jesus Christ, dude. Literally, this is my build. I'd be a great feedee. Do you think that the feedees like to wear extremely tight clothing to show how fat they are? This is my personal hell. Someone recording me from a down-up angle, seeing every fold, my f***ing orangutan body, and some of my back fat slipping out as I'm chowing down on a f***ing Cuban sandwich. Holy shit. Oh, my insecurities are seeping through. My boy's jiggling up a storm here. What the fuck are you even drinking? You know what it kind of looks like? It looks like one of those fountain drink, and you do like a squirt of each of them. That's what it looks like. More belly play. This is pain. Squashing is the sexual attraction to being sat on or squashed by a fat person, which now it feels like we're almost getting to levels of vor, being squashed by a fat person. How do you end up at a place where you feel like gratified in that way by feeling you're going to be squashed?
It's like a weighted blanket.
You know, they say weighted blankets are used to help with anxiety.
Maybe they're anxious people.
Just a giant ass coming towards them. Ah, it's just like fucking huge ass pressing on their face. Or even hogging, which is the love of the hunt for a chubby person to take advantage of and start feeding. This is a little more predatory. I gotta find myself a fat one. You know what's weird is if I was a feeder, I feel like I'd want a kind of relatively skinny person that I would want to make fat. Is the appeal also that the person's kind of fat so you know their game? Like if somebody saw me as a feedie, they'd probably be like, well, that person already eats like a fucking cow. So they'd probably be down. I think it's the thing where it's like, if a feeder looks at a feedee, it's like buying a truck. Is it turnkey ready to be everything that I want? Or is it something I'm gonna have to put a ton of work into? Is it something that's like, the thing's not even fucking running? Like a totally gutted truck would be a skinny person. A King Ranch F350 would be a guy who's just like, yeah, I have diabetes. Feeders are always on the hunt for a new hog and congregate on forums like Fantasy Feeder or Curvage.org. Actually, I do have a couple accounts on Curvage.org, so if you find me there, don't message me. Even if they are dating the person, there are many addicted to the kink that will send feeder models money for food that they can eat on stream, getting their fix that way. That's kind of like a pay pig thing, right? Pay pigs I think are into the humiliation kink, but it kind of feels like a pay pig in a way. Just giving people money so they can buy stuff and eat stuff on streams and stuff like that. I'm a pay pig to several people, mostly my wife. Am I right? Don't tell her I said that. National Association to Advance Fat Acceptance, ironically, even a non-profit organization promoting advocacy for fat people, ended up becoming a hub for feeders to find their match. You know, the people who started that are like, God damn it. It's kind of like one of those things, you make an app or something like that to keep children faced, but then it ends up just being like a pedophile's playground or something. The feeders found that and they're just like, jackpot. Some think it was partly formed to help male fat fetishists and other fat admirers, FAs, find fat women to date and have sex with. I could see that. The crazy thing is this nonprofit was formed in 1969, which begs the question, how long have these people been among us? Walking around. Now I'm not even gonna be looking around and looking at some guy, some like skinny dude buying like a big old like 4 buckets of chicken and being like, who you feeding that to, dude?
Like feeders have been around since the dawn of time.
Oh, dude, definitely. You know what's the kind of the craziest thing, too, is kind of a trope is, like, scrawny guys that wear 3XL zip-up hoodies, like Volcom hoodies, Fox hoodies, and they're with, like, the biggest bitches. Little guys dating, like, people that are, like, way taller than them, they're just huge. I don't know. I think the fetish starts there. I think it gets you young. You look at something, you're just like, uh-oh, I think I found myself a peach. I think I found a hog. People have likened feederism with the BDSM spectrum, where there is a dominant domination / power dynamic. You sit there, it's like, I feed you, you rely on me kind of thing. Definitely, I can see that being a thing. We have a post here that says, don't get me wrong, being crushed by your feedie is great. Have you ever made a larder so weak that if they try to stand up without your help, they just plop back down to wherever they're sitting like the blobs they are? Too heavy to get up without building momentum, watching their belly swing right when it grazes the floor. The slightest push to their wobbly chest sends them crashing backwards. Cellulite dimpled ass spreading out beneath them, pinning them to the bed with nothing but your grip around their swollen wrist and the weight of their belly pressing against the muscle in their back. Pretty soon gravity will take over the job of keeping them pinned to one spot anyways. I do like the thing here. It says, new personal goal, get fat enough for someone to refer to me as a larder. Dude, you know what's f***ed up is I resemble this. I look just like this. I mean, some of them are cartoonish, but I could see myself. I'm getting there. Nick, be honest. Are you my feeder? You see me plop down and watch 12 seasons of The Office.
We are gonna do a candy ranking video soon.
We're gonna do a candy ranking video. Then we're gonna do a pizza ranking video. Then we're gonna do a cheeseburger ranking video. Over and over and over and over again.
She's a feeder.
So what if I like to feed my man a block of cheese a day?
A block of cheese a day? What? Oh, God.
Is that so bad? Yeah, is that so bad?
Yeah.
Are you mad?
More disgusted that they're British, but I feel like this is bait. I can't tell. I don't know, a block of cheese? Was that a block of cheese? I thought a block of cheese. I was thinking like some like cartoonish, like the big cartoon thing. Old boy's gonna have a heart attack. Dairy. No bueno.
Am I a feeder?
You sure are, well, baby, that's a bit too much cheese
You
for
just
me.
asked for
But there's
all of
fruit
that.
on there, so that means it's okay.
He begs me for food all the time, all day long. He just keeps going, keeps saying, "Can I have a drink, baby? Can I have a sandwich?"
Well, I told you like it now, yeah?
This is interesting. Usually with some of this stuff, you can see if it's bait or if you're doing it for likes or whatever. This might actually be like a humiliation fetish. You got some like Nikocado vibes kind of going, whatever, a little bit. POV, you accept the fact that your man is in fact a feeder, but is all good because free food and cigarettes. Oh, and she just ate the thing off her tit. There is a fantasy for many with the kink called consensual immobility, which is just, I guess, being turned on by people being completely immobile. Immobility goals. Make me feel fat to the point where my weight becomes your excuse to make me feel sedentary. Oh, I'm too heavy for the chairs at a restaurant and I can't fit in the booths? Might be best to stay at home where I can sit on the couch or lay in bed. I'm sure they deliver anyways. None of my clothes seem to fit like they should. Why worry about decency if the only person around is you? I could just throw on some pajama pants with a t-shirt and doesn't go over my chest. I can't fit through the bedroom door frame. Not a problem. I can try to push myself through later. Why not go back to bed where you can bring me my snacks I wanted? It's taking a lot of effort to get out of bed. Why bother struggling to get up when you always offer to get what I want? You always say how I shouldn't waste calories on such trivial things. That's my life. Lazy fat ass is the guy's name. I think you might be the perfect immobility candidate. Certainly the perfect one for me, that's for sure. This would be magnificent. Goal sets for greedy piggies like you. Have trouble looking down because of your double chin. Have an ass so fat you need at the very least 2 chairs to support you when stuffing yourself. How f***ed up it would be if, like right here, there was actually 2. I'm sitting in 2 Herman Miller chairs. It's double the ergonomics, okay, God? Have a belly so big it makes it impossible to see the scale no matter what you try to do. Make your back bariatric scale say error to celebrate all the new lard engulfing your body. Have a mobility scooter or a bariatric wheelchair to save the calories you would have lost while waddling around. Waddling and chortling around. Condition yourself to oink when you need more food or fucks. Oh. The cringe there is oink oink. Do you want snacks or fucks? Fuck me! Suck down at least 2 sticks of butter per day. It can only do wonders for you. Oh my God. Those are only a small number of goals to set yourself as a growing piggy, but don't be shy to add more in with the comments. Every feedie needs inspiration to push themselves to their limit. Wink. Let's normalize 600 pounds and show everyone how it's done, you magnificent piggies. The fattened pig says, would you like to be a part of my flock? I'll make your belly bigger. Oh God, they actually have a fucking number there? Oh shit. I want this immobility bed to live in. So that's definitely you take a shit through that, right? And you know what's fucked up, Nick? And I feel bad for it. It does look very comfortable. It looks like it could be very soft and looks cushiony. I would actually like to do it. Which a lot of feeders literally want to make their partner so fat that they become literally immobile and depend on them entirely. Someone said, it's a feeder's duty to keep his immobile glutton constantly fed, even if they are full. The odor that comes with having such a fat glutton just comes with the territory. There's no excuse to take a break from feeding. This is pretty f***ed up. And we're only on the feeder side. We haven't even talked about feedies yet. Moving them around, making them food, grabbing things, etc. Some feeders have even expressed discussed how their feeders will put cake or foods they like just out of reach so they have to struggle to get it, which turns them on. No wonder my wife does that to me, dude. I get so worked up trying to grab like pizza rolls. Hey, wait. Oink, oink! Oink, oink! You want snacks or snacks? Oink! Which finally we're getting into feedies, which is the other half of the feederism dynamic. These are the people that are eating it. These are the prize pigs. They're kind of controlling everything. It's your duty to fatten up people. But I'm curious to see what a feedie, what their kind of responsibility is. Feedies are individuals who claim to be sexually aroused by eating, being fed, or the idea or act of gaining weight. If every time I gained weight I got hard, that'd be crazy. I think about eating a lot too. My ass would be just chubbed up all day. This would be up. Feedies want to gain as much weight as possible, sometimes referred to as gainers. Hell yeah. Gainers, I don't know if I like gainers as much. At first I was like, oh, I feel like that's gotten taken over by swole guys. Gains, getting gains. My fantasy. I wish I was a female slave. Here we go, we're already in it. Forced to be my master's pet. No matter what my master said, I would have to do it. Fill me up with himself or a hose. Any hole, anything. He would fatten me up slowly, but walk me around everywhere. I would be stuffed 24/7. My master would watch as I start to struggle walking. I would start to get stuck going through doors. He would watch me struggle to catch my breath as I'm constantly soaked with sweat and grease. My calves would slowly encase my feet and my thighs would cover my knees. My stomach would hit my knees as I struggled to waddle and my breast would go down to my hanging belly button. Holy shit. My upper arms would sag and look like big pillows. Eventually, as my master's pet would be unable to move, I would become a mobile stationary pig pleasure center. I would physically be unable to stop my master from doing anything even if I wanted. I could only grow. That's like the end to a fucking Junji Ito comic, dude. This is fucking crazy. The first guy, I love this. Oh god, that's fucking hell, that's hot. Do you think part of the feedies experience too is like the idea of having a heart attack? Do you think that sexually arouses them?
Yeah.
The idea that their heart could just explode from how fat they're getting?
The dangerous act.
That is, yeah, that's living on the edge is them just literally like, at any moment, I'm gonna push over the edge to the other side. Some feedies say that they gain a sense of agency in their lives to decide to be fed and gain weight. From interviews, many feedies appear to be women who have struggled with their weight in the past and were often ridiculed. But now, as feedies, they are able to live shame and guilt-free. Plus, the feeders worship their bodies, which can be empowering for them. I really like how the idea of like, you just simply cannot improve yourself, so you're just like, I'm just gonna go the completely opposite direction. Actually, I'm doing a really good job. Oh my god. Fat Misty. Get you a girl so fat her feet have rolls big enough to keep her feet off the floor. Oh, hell yeah. That's a damn good looking leg. I didn't know it was a leg at first, but I'm glad that I know it is now. I like how the image of a woman's leg is marked as not safe for work. They're just like, don't open this at your job. She's so damn hot. Literally a Michelin woman. That bitch got tires. I want an lymphedema so bad like her. It's that thing that I refuse to go to the doctor about. Remember that? They're split into two categories, the feedies are. The BBWs, big beautiful women. The SSBBWs, that sounds like Nazi big beautiful women, doesn't it? Supersized big beautiful women. Though male variants exist too, the SSBBW level is what every serious feedie wants to be. It's a supersized one, dude. That's got it. Supersized got to be somehow retaliated to the old McDonald's sizes, right? Supersize Me. Remember that documentary? That fake, that fraud, saying that McDonald's will make you fat. Oh.
Yeah, he ate 6,000 calories a day. No shit.
Yeah, no shit, asshole. For example, we have Nikki here, who's a 700+ pound gainer. Hell yeah.
Not big enough.
She's a bit small for me. For breakfast, Nikki typically enjoys eggs, grits, ham, bacon, sausage, and pancakes. Sounds delicious. This makes me sad. We have Donna Simpson, a gainer who wants to become the fattest woman alive. Donna has now decided to lose weight after breaking up with her fiance. But what a fucking coward. She plans to lose 170 pounds to reach her target weight of 370 pounds. Wonder if it happened. Good luck, Donna. In 2006, Donna met Philippe Gwamba. Hopefully I said it right. In an online chat room for overweight women who stated he's always been attracted to big women, but Donna is my fantasy. Hell yeah, dude. I like that. In 2010, Simpson even won the Guinness World Record for heaviest woman to give birth, where she weighed 532 pounds when she gave birth. And when she gave birth there, the goal-winning weight was 532 pounds when she gave birth. How big was the baby?
It was crushed.
If you're that big, there's no way the baby's not getting some of those fucking calories, right? It's a 74-pound baby. Comes out like a monster. After the pregnancy, she decided she wanted to weigh 800 pounds and has since upped the goal to 1,000 pounds. The pregnancy procedure revealed that she had diabetes and high blood pressure. Yeah, well, that's weird. Really? Does she? That's odd. But that hasn't stopped Donna from reaching her goal, and Gwamba is her biggest supporter in her journey. Yeah, he's just like, go, baby, go! Simpson says she eats 12,000 calories a day, and the cost of food for her family is about $580 to $750 per week. And that's probably all just like fast food and shit. About, well, hey, with prices at the grocery store nowadays, who doesn't spend that much per week, am I right? Trying to eat organic? Try doing that, dude. When they heard about Donna, a magazine editor said they wanted to buy her a Christmas dinner for her and her family. 30,000 calorie meal consisted of 2 25-pound turkeys, 2 maple glazed hams, 5 pounds of mashed potatoes, 10 pounds roasted potatoes, 5 loaves of bread, 5 pounds of stuffing, 3 liters of gravy, 3 liters of cranberry dressing, and 20 pounds of vegetables. Put those in the goddamn trash. Reportedly, it took Simpson and her family only 2 hours to finish the whole meal. And yes, she is still alive today, so get that out of your fucking mind, dude. But I will say, she has decided to lose weight ever since leaving. Poor Donna. She was right at the tippity top. She turned her back on her only goal. And people, you know, the theater community has gotten so big that they've even made like a weird crime horror film called Feed. And we'll put a clip up of that.
Say it.
Feed me.
Say it again.
Feed me.
And so if you want to go and watch that film, feel free. Back to our roots of doing movie reviews here. Reddit, surprisingly, is a huge place for the feeder community, where people can go, they can chat, and they can reminisce on how cool it is being a feeder. There's no way we can show this. Just 2 pigs going at it. That's the top comment. Just 2 pigs going at it. Oh my god, you 2 are so plump and gorgeous. I need a girl like this, or perhaps 2 in my life. I mean, there's a man or woman for anybody. These little motherfuckers will just crawl into any space and plague up these comment sections like nobody's business. You both are gaining very nicely. We'll love to see both you beauties at over 500 pounds soon. Okay, this reads like a fucking creepy scientist or something like that. This reads like a creepy villain in a horror movie. The shorter beauty at over 550 pounds. Keep eating up, beautiful girls. Oink, 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 oink! There's also feeders out in the wild.
We all share the same bed. Justin sleeps in the middle.
Did you just see what? Here, come look at what I just saw. Look at the most replayed part of this video right here. This is the most replayed part. Watch this.
We all share the same bed.
I saw someone doing that at Disneyland in the Indiana Jones.
I saw that, the video of it, whatever.
No,
You saw it in person? Oh my god.
I was in 8th grade, and this couple, the guy was putting his hand, like, in her ass, down the pants. It was an hour wait, too.
I like how you said it was an hour wait, too. And that's not even the worst part. The line was an hour long. Lastly, on the feederism chain is the death feederism, or the fallout. And this is where feederism takes a dark turn. Is this our first dark turn? I can't tell. An extreme kink here is death feederism, where literally the entire goal is to feed someone so much that their body gives out and just dies. That's the kink. And I guess that maybe you hold off, it's the biggest nut of all. And many, after being in the feeder community for a while, realize that the lifestyle is unhealthy and safe.
Feederism is a kink, like a sexual kink regarding feeding someone generally for the purpose of them being fat or getting fat or gaining weight. And the thing about this guy is I think he was into what's called death feederism, and death feederism is what it sounds like. It's feeding someone to the point of getting so fat and so big that they die.
The idea, too, of someone being groomed into it is pretty crazy. At first, it's acceptance, a false sense of security. So then all of a sudden they do it too much, and to the point where it gets so toxic that, yeah, you find out that you're completely roped into some person's kink or fetish is fucking horrible and sad. Death feederism and that kind of thing, of people having the kink of feeding someone to death, is just unfucking believable. I feel like a lot of people are going to see like the blurred lines. Where does it end? With some people who are like, oh, I'm not a part of death feederism, but I do want you to be as big as you can possibly be, and it's never going to be enough. And it sucks because I feel like this entire fetish in this community and stuff preys on people who are insecure, who are already struggling in other kinds of ways. And it feels like it's a completely imbalanced thing where it's a feeder's kink and being in control and in power, and a kind of weird lopsided part of a relationship to somebody who is being enabled to carry out extremely bad habits that are very hard to break. You know, a lot of people say, even to me, you know, like I said, I'm a big guy, put the fork down. It's easy, just don't eat that much, whatever. When people don't realize the emotional and psychological tie-ins that like doing this arbitrary thing has. To have people come in, prey on these people, it's just sad. And especially to be swayed and be put into a position where you yourself want to be as unhealthy and as big as you possibly can be. It's just, it's all in all just sad, and it's such a fascinating facet of, I guess, human attraction or even like internet culture, you know what I mean? That's my video on feeders. I'm sure there's a lot more out there, but I really can't stomach it. And you know what I've decided is that I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna lose weight to where I can be the skinny guy and finally become a feeder. Tired of being the feeding. Nick keeps feeding me all this goddamn stuff, and it's time that I lose the weight and become a feeder myself. I'll lose all the weight, become the feeder, and get you all big and stuff like that. And we'll just keep going back and forth until one of us just fucking kicks the bucket. How's that sound? But on that note, I want to thank you all so much for stopping by and watching the video today. Love yourself, be good to yourself, stay healthy, and you know, I just don't be a feeder.